Let's go back now to our top story. The CBI is now going to be probing the Vyapam scam. Let's go across live now to Digvijay Singh.
कम से कम ये उदाहरण उनके सामने है जिस पर कि वे अगर उन लोगों को जो इन भ्रष्टाचार में संलग्न रहे हैं, जिनके छत्र छाया में ये पनपा है, उसकी जवाबदारी और जिम्मेदारी तय करें। मुख्यमंत्री जी 2006 से इस प्रकरण में संलग्न है। कानून बदला गया, नियम बदले गए, मध्य प्रदेश के युवकों के साथ अन्याय किया गया, बाहर के लोगों को भ्रष्टाचार के माध्यम से नौकरियां दी गई। क्या जवाबदारी मुख्यमंत्री की नहीं आती है? कैसे गवर्नेंस है मध्य प्रदेश में भाजपा का, जो गुड गवर्नेंस की बात की जाती है? यही गुड गवर्नेंस है कि आपकी नाक के नीचे 2006 से लेकर 2013 तक यह प्रकरण चलता रहा और मुख्यमंत्री जी मौन रहे, उन लोगों को प्रोत्साहित करते रहे जो इसके अंदर आज जेल में बंद हैं, उन लोगों को सरकारी पदों पर बैठाते रहे। अगर सुधीर शर्मा जो आज जेल में बंद हैं, ये प्रकरण उजागर होने के बावजूद भी उनको क्रिस्प का अध्यक्ष क्यों बनाया गया? ऐसे अनेक बातें हैं। हम लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी से नैतिकता की उम्मीद नहीं करते। मॉरल और एथिक्स की बात करते हैं, लेकिन मॉरल और एथिक्स का पालन नहीं करते। माननीय राजनाथ सिंह जी ने कहा था, ये कोई यूपीए सरकार है या कांग्रेस सरकार है जो मंत्री और मुख्यमंत्री इस्तीफा दे देंगे? ये उनका अहम और अहंकार झलकता है। लोग बाग मांग करते हैं शिवराज सिंह चौहान के इस्तीफे की। इस नैतिकता विहीन भारतीय जनता पार्टी से कोई उम्मीद मत करिए। शिवराज सिंह चौहान को बनाए रखेंगे। गवर्नर साहब, मैं उनका बहुत सम्मान करता रहा हूं, लेकिन उनके राजनीतिक जीवन के इस अंतिम पड़ाव में उन पर ही आरोप लगा, इसका मुझे दुख है। लेकिन जिस प्रकार की संगत करेंगे तो वैसा ही भुगतना पड़ेगा।
Anusha Soni is now joining us with the latest update from the Supreme Court. Anusha, take us through all that unfolded in the court today with regards to the first petition. Let's talk about the petition revolving around the governor of Madhya Pradesh.
Well, as far as the governor's matter is concerned, Maha, he has an immunity under Article 361 of the Indian Constitution. He has immunity from any kind of criminal prosecution. But the key question there is that when the High Court actually went ahead and quashed the FIR against him, how right was the court in doing that, and what is the extent to which the governor can enjoy the constitutional immunity? Kapil Sibal, leading the arguments for all the petitioners, said that there should be certain limitations, certain boundaries to which a governor can be protected. And is this not the era where we're talking about clean governance and transparency? Why should a governor, where there is direct evidence against him, should not be prosecuted in the light of all of this evidence?
Also, Anusha, take us through the arguments or the points that were placed with regards to the petition about the court monitoring a CBI probe.
Maha, the key question here was that whether the Supreme Court should monitor this entire investigation. Kapil Sibal, again speaking for most of the petitioners, stood up and said that over 40 people have died so far in this scam, and one should take note of that. There has to be an intervention from the top judiciary, and something should be done in this matter. And of course, the CBI, has been made a party to this case. The Supreme Court has sought a response from them. The Special Task Force will also have to come forward and explain to the Supreme Court, how their investigation has been so far, and why the investigation should now be monitored by the Supreme Court or it should stay with the Madhya Pradesh High Court. Also, Mukul Rohatgi, Attorney General representing the union government, stood up before the court and said that the central government, the Narendra Modi-led government, has absolutely no problem if the case is transferred to the CBI. However, there was some amount of reluctance over the Supreme Court monitored investigation. He said that the CBI should be made a party and they should tell the court whether the investigation needs to be monitored by the apex court or not. So of course there has been a delay of about 2 weeks that has been brought in. The court did not outrightly go and said that, we are going to monitor the investigation.
Okay.
But what would be the mode of the investigation is a crucial question. Whether there will be a special bench, whether there will be an SIT or the Madhya Pradesh High Court will continue. We'll have to wait and watch over that.
All right, Anusha, do stay on with us. The other big development is that the Supreme Court notice on the Madhya Pradesh governor's removal. The top court has sent notices to the centre, the Madhya Pradesh government and the MP governor's office on the governor's ouster and has given 4 weeks time to all the parties to respond. As Anusha just pointed out there, sources tell India Today that the government may ask the Madhya Pradesh governor Ram Naresh Yadav to step down in the wake of the Supreme Court notice to the centre. Let me go across live now to Kamlesh, who's joining us with more details from Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh. Kamlesh, it now appears that Ram Naresh Yadav may perhaps be asked by the centre to step down.
Well, indeed, now with the Supreme Court itself intervening into that matter about the governor's role. Remember, the governor's role has always been under suspicion, and with the Home Secretary meeting Rajnath Singh just a while before, this could perhaps mean that the pressure will be mounting on the governor. There have been allegations against him. Remember, the governor's son's death also occurred in this case. So, given the circumstances around the scam now, and with the Supreme Court ordering the CBI probe on one hand, and also the Supreme Court's stand on the governor will certainly add pressure on the governor to step down.